Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Kryptonian Saiyan here, bringing you guys a review for One Piece Chapter 871. And holy shit, did Luffy's big fuck up actually save his life? So back at Fishman Island, he accidentally had the Tamatebako sent over to Big Mom, right? He accidentally had that happen. The box falls off of the side of the cliff. It ends up exploding, and it's one of those things where it's just like, holy shit, did this throw Big Mom off enough to where Jinbe and the rest of them can grab Luffy and get the hell out of there? Like, holy shit, if that happened, that's essentially Oda pulling back something from the 600s and then making it relevant now. That's so awesome that if that happens, that's something that gets to pay off. But I gotta say, so one thing that we're seeing here is that Big Mom, she's strong. I gave her credit for. Don't be wrong. She's stronger than I gave her credit for. I know I talk some shit. I'm going to eat my crow now. I know I talk some shit. I said, oh, yeah, Nami's going to be able to beat her. She's using weather clouds and all this other shit. I wasn't expecting Luffy to go into Gear 4 and Big Mom just casually counter this dude. I wasn't expecting that. I'm keep it real with you. Like when Luffy went into Gear 4 and used the armament haki and tried to attack her, and Big Mom just uses armament haki of herself, and she only does it for part of her arm, and she blocks this dude's attack and ain't feeling nothing. That's okay. All right, I'm gonna head out. I understand. I fucked up. I'm like, I fucked up. Ain't no way in hell Luffy's beating Big Mom. Like, no wonder Sanji said, hey, wait a second, man. Don't take the bait. Don't take the bait. We gotta get the fuck out of here. Like, even Big Mom says it. Like, cause Luffy's like, no, I meant what I said. I'm gonna come here. I'm gonna kick your ass. You ain't gonna be the #1 king of the pirates. That's gonna be me. And what's so crazy is the fact that, like, Big Mom, after she takes Luffy's attack, I'm thinking she's at least gonna compliment him, right? I'm thinking she's at least gonna say, oh, that hurt a little bit more than I thought it would. Nah, Big Mom looks at him, brushes it off, and says, ain't no way you're beating that monster in Kaido. Matter of fact, she calls him a thing. She don't even refer to him as a human being. And she says, there's no way you're gonna defeat him. And it's just like, no wonder it took Capone a year to come up with an assassination plot to take down Big Mom. No wonder Law is sitting there saying, I got this bomb-ass plan, but we got to go through in stages to take down Kaido. It has to be in stages. We can't treat these like one of these not emperors, one of these warlords where we go through and we fight them head up. You can't do that shit with these people. Now I fucking understand. Like, if this is the case, how fucking strong did Blackbeard become? Because he's on par with these motherfuckers now. Like, what the fuck was Shanks doing over here in the New World to where Shanks is on this par? Like, I'll never forget how during Marineford, Shanks just shows up and says, yo, this war shall end. And the world government just bowed over and said, yes, daddy, please be gentle. Like, what the actual fuck? And speaking of the world government, right? Like, when Stussy shows up, when she takes the Tamatebako, she says, like, yeah, you know, the world government's gonna have this. If they would have opened that box up, Luffy could have blown up like part of the world government. That shit would have been hilarious. That'd have been hilarious. But I like how, you know, Oda is making his messaging about just how the media controls the narrative on a lot of stuff. Because, you know, Stussy looks over at Morgan's and she says, like, yo, you know, make sure you be a good spin doctor and, you know, you report on things in the favorable light. I know you heard everything I said, how I'm gonna have this dude take the blame for everything. Make sure that you're aware of your place in all this. And so I like how Oda just threw that in there. But what's so crazy is the fact that, you know, you get a couple moments where you think that, okay, Caesar is going to pull this shit off. Caesar's going to get Capone's body over where they need to get to, over that threshold. And what ends up actually happening is, like, the members of Germa 66, you know, after Judge is basically, it looks like he was killed by Big Mom. After Judge is defeated, right? After this takes place, you have this moment where some of the members of Germa 66, they immediately go towards their father, and that's when Caesar says, well, what about me? And you see them go back to attempt to help, and that's when all of a sudden you find out that Broly is back in her right mind, that she's, you know, basically stalled Caesar. And Katakuri even looks at him and says, it was so close. You were so close, but you still failed. And it's just like, damn, all that effort for nothing. All that effort for nothing, you still came up short. And what's so crazy is the fact that everybody, looks like everybody's been captured. Reiju's been captured. Nietzsche's been captured. Luffy, looks like Luffy is unconscious. Sanji is in a world of pain. Everybody's down for the count. And when the Straw Hats say like, yo, we need to go out and help, that's when Big Mom says, let the execution begin. So things are about to get dark. And I have to say, this volume is coming off with a hell of a bang, because if this is going to be the third act of Whole Cake Island, Big Mom is showing just how far Luffy and the others have to go. Because what we're essentially getting out of all of this is the revelation that when you fuck with these 4 emperors, you better be on your A game. You better be on your A game. And for somebody like Luffy, he's got a lot more growth that he needs to undergo in order to be able to be the king of the pirates, because these are the 4 obstacles standing in his way. So this is nice, man. This is really nice to see something like this. But, you know, I'm going to be curious to see how Luffy even begins to fight Big Mom, because I think that Oda set up, I think Oda gave himself a back door to where he's like, look, you know, Luffy, I'm going to have Luffy say, I'm going to come back and kick your ass, because it's one of those things where he's not powerful enough to do it yet. He's not powerful enough to do it yet. So, I mean, this is going to be interesting to see how Oda kind of tells his story, because to have a power gap this big, it's going to make it very rewarding when the main character gets enough power to topple his foe, because this is huge. This is a bigger gap than anything Luffy's ever faced before. But my chapter question to you guys is going to be something very simple, okay? When Big Mom said, let the execution begin, do you guys think that that's an indictment on Luffy's pride? Do you think Luffy should have kept running, or do you think he did the right thing to stand up for his pride? Let me know down in the comment section below. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for watching on to the end. Have an awesome day, guys.